This is Gemara Sanhedrin Daf Pei, and we're holding on the bottom of Ayin Testament Beis, and all the learning should be an incredible zchos Rafua Shlima for Tinok ben Miriam Ahuva b'Seich Shar Chayli Yisrael. We're holding on the bottom of Ayin Testament Beis, and we just had a Mishnah, and the Mishnah says that a Reitzeach is mixed together with Acherim and Kulan Peturim. The question is, what does it mean that the Reitzeach is mixed together with other people? And we began the line of the Gemara that taught us, then of course, we're not going to kill everyone. So, Rav Yehuda really hold in such a case that the halacha is we bring them to a cell and we don't feed them any normal food, etc. So three different terutzim. Amar Avavua, Amar Shmuel, Hacha b'Reitzeach shlei nigmar dinai. Tell the Reitzeach that he was not gepaskin. There was loy nigmar dinai. Shenis arev b'roitzchem acherim, that he's mixed together with other murderers. That what? Shenigmar dinan. That their din was actually askina, was paskin. So that is the case. The Rabbanan Savri, the Rabbanan hold. Ein goyim dina shel adam el b'fanav. We don't paskin a shayla only in front of a person. Helkach, therefore, kulan peturim. They're all pater. Since we don't know which one is the murderer for real, therefore, we don't know which one is learning mardinoi, and you can't kill someone unless there's a gemar din b'fanav. Therefore, kulan peturim. Rav Yehuda miftarinu ligamri. Rav Yehuda says no. To say that they're fully potter can't be keeping the rights chinenu. Because if they are murderers, Helkach, what are you gonna do? They have to be killed, but we can't do it because we don't know them. We didn't was left for fun of Helkach kinds and necessarily keep up. Therefore, we gather them all together and they let them die on their own. Shot number one in the Gemara of the Mishnah. Shlakish Amar. Shot number two. Ba'adam. Says Rish Lakish, in the aforementioned case of those that were Gemar Din with those that were not a Gemar Din, loy pligi de patiri. Everyone agrees that they're potter. Aval hacha, but here bishar shaloi nigmar dina shenis arev bishvarim acherim shenigmar dinan. We're talking about a shar that we did not paskin. That's mixed with other shvarim, other oxen that they did paskin that the animal has to be killed. That is kamifli, that is the machlekes. Rabbanan Savri, 3 lines to the bottom. Kimisas bailim kachmisas hashar. Say the Rabbanan on the same sack that applies to the parents. Excuse me. Kimisas bailim, the same sack that would apply to the Baal applies to the Shar, and therefore and therefore the same din that you only could paskin someone is Chaim Yisa Befanav applies to the Shar. Helkach, therefore we have nothing left to do. We're up against a rock in a hard place because you don't know which animal was Loigavar did Befanav. Helkach Kulam Betun. And on this, Rav Yehuda Savar Kodesh Salikiba, Rav Yehuda argues. So Amai Rava comes along Rava with a kasha on both pshatim. As we turn over to Peyam and Aleph, asks Rav, he says, Rav, what you're saying is accurate. Hainu dikatani, that which we said. Haidiktani Allah, that which said on it, Rav Yosi, if you have a chalaf tabeinayim. That which Rav Yosi said, that when they get mixed together, that your potter, even if Ava Chalafta was among them. So what exactly does that mean? So Elam, Rav Achi Kamar, shot number 3 in the Mishnah, 3 lines down, Peyam and Aleph. Shnayim she'oimdim v'yatza chetz b'neiya. We have 2 people that are standing, and an arrow goes out from amongst them, v'harag, and it kills someone. What's the halacha? Shneim Turim. They are both pater. And on this, Amar Rav Yosi, afilu av chalavta b'neihem, even if ava chalavta is amongst them, and we know for sure there's no way ava chalavta shot the arrow. So says Rav Yosi, how can we paskin on this case just because we do not know? Says the Gemara, Vishar, Shenigmar Dina, going back to the first pshat, Shenizari Bishar Macherem, Mailayu, Solkin, Malayo, with other innocent acts in Soiklin, I saw, we stole them all. And on that, Rav Yudaimer, no, Kaitsan Salikipa. So 3 different pshatim as to what is the case in our Mishnah. Asks the Gemara, Tanya, we learned in a Braisa. Para shehi misa v'achar kach yoldo. If a para kills someone and afterwards gives birth, and the shaila is that the animal itself, as we just said, is chayim misa. What is the story with the vlad, with the baby that is born? If the baby is born before there's a psak halacha vlada mutter, then indeed this offspring is going to be mutter. They already get paskin dois that the animal's chayim misa, then avadi yalda vlada us. But it's arev v'acherim v'acherim v'acherim. What happens if the cow is mixed with other cows, and then those are mixed with other cows? We have one big chalent that we don't know what the story is. Then kainsin asalikipo, we got to bring them all into a room. We don't feed them; we just feed them barley, and we let their stomachs explode because we have no other course of action. Rav Lazar, Rav Shimon, Omer says, Rav Lazar, Rav Shimon, Mevian Oisai lebezdin, we bring them to Bezdin, the cyclin Oisam, we give them skila. So says the Gemara, the same machlokes will apply in both cases. Amar Mar. We're 10 lines to the bottom. The first word in line is Oisan. Says the Gemara, let's go back. Let's take a step back into the words of the Brisa. Imachli ningmar dinoi yalda, then vlada mutaris. If the animal gives birth before the psak halacha, then the vlad is mutter. Says the Gemara, v'af al gav, and even though nocha have miuberes, even though when it gored, and when we're going to eventually paskin that this animal has to be killed, it was miuberes at the time. And yet we're saying if the baby is born prior to the psak halacha, the baby is now put to death. Says the Gemara of Amarava, 1 second. Vlad anoichais aser. The vlad of an animal that gores is aser. You can't bring it as a carbon. He vlad anachai vlad nirvas aser. Why? Because he vlad anachai, it's considered, because this animal was pregnant at the time that it committed the crime, at the time that it gored someone. So it's considered that it and the Vlad did the act together. Vlad and Nirvas Aser. Similarly, if it was while the animal was pregnant, it's going to be Aser. Hiu Vlad and Nirvo. Hiu Vlad and Nirvo, because we have to view it. That of course this animal, this baby animal, didn't do anything. It was in the mother's womb. But because it was part of the mother, at the time of the Avera, says Rava, we have to view it as if it did the Avera itself. So says the Gemara, how do we reconcile this? Eima Machli Nigmar Dina Ibra V'Yalda. See, if it was before Psak Day and the baby was born, Uvlada Mut. Nigmar Dina, actually, not the baby was born, Ibra. The animal became pregnant. So if it was pregnant and then gave birth to Echanami, it's going to be mutter. But if Shenigmar Dina Ibra, meaning the animal at the time that it killed was not pregnant, and the animal gets pregnant afterwards, and V'Yolda Vlad, and it gives birth, then asura, then usr, then vlad usr, the vlad will be usr. Says the Gemara, 1 second. Ha nichalaman da'amar. This is good according to the man da'amar that what? Zev is a goyreim usr. And this opens up the Pandora's box to a massive sugya in Shas. How do we view something that is done in conjunction with two parties? Zev is a goyreim. We have a scenario that the outcome that was happening is done by two entities at the same time. So then we're not going to have a kasha. But says the Gemara, that detail is a machlekes. Elaman damar zev ze goyim is mutter. Michael Amemar. So Elam Ravina, final pshat. Ema, we have to explain him. Actually, nigmar tinoi ibra v'yolda v'loda mutter. Actually, nigmar tinoi ibra became pregnant. Umisha nigmar tina. Then there's a split. And then it was only after Psak Halacha Yolda gives birth, then and only then Vlada Aser. Why? Uber Yerech Imai, the Uber is considered a part of the mother. Continue quoting the Mishnah. It says, Kol Chayve Misais, all Chayve Misais that have mixed together. We don't know what type of Misa they should get. We give them the most kal, the most lenient form of Misa. Says the Gemara, Shema Mina, let's learn from here, Mutra l'davar chamer, avi mutra l'davar kal. That if you get asra for a stringent avera, we consider it to be asra for a more lenient avera. Amar Rav Yirmiyah, hacha b'mayiskini, no, we're talking about over here, kon shahasra by stam. Talking about a case that there wasn't hasra for this particular avera. No, there was general hasra misa. Vaitanyu, and it's the following Tanya that holds the Tanya. V'shar chayvi misra b'atayra ein ma misna isa, son, ella ba'ida, ella be'ida. That shar chayvi misras we're not going to kill, ella be'ida, unless there is an ida, an assembly, a court of a bezin of 23, says Rashi. Ve'edim v'hasra, and edim and hasra. V'ad sheyodiu shu chayv misa. So says the Gemara, and until you cannot put someone to death until he's known that he's chayiv misas bezdin, he has to be told that they paskin these chayiv. And on that, Rav Yehuda Amar she'yodia be'izeh misa uneri. Not just that he's chayiv misas, he has to know what misa. Tanakami of Mikosh Rav Yehuda Amar Mikosh Hayras Shah Haisas. You can't learn out from the case of Mikoshesh Eitzim. We're at the two dots, and we go back to the Mishnah, and the skull and the straw for the Mishnah said they got mixed together. We don't know whom is who. Rav Shimon says they all get skila, because skila is more chamer. Streifa is more chamer. The Chum say no, they get streifa because skila is more chamer. Says the Gemara, what is this machlokes? Masni le Rav Yecheskel Rami brei. Yecheskel tells his son Ram and his Rafim ben Iskalin. They got mixed together. Rav Shimon Amar Yadani b'skila. Shasriva chamura, kasriva lamais is more chamer. Amalei Abai, Amalei Rav Yehuda, Abba lo tetzenai achi. Father, no, you didn't learn as follows. Ma'ariya disriva chamura tebulei deruba cycling. Why is it a din which is more chamer? That's not the nekuda, says the Gemara. You know what the nekuda is? That there's a rive. The rive say you get skila. Elahachi asnaya, says the Gemara, says. Then this is how how should I learn the Mishnah? Explains the Gemara and Niskalim ben Israf and Rav Shimon Amar Yadani b'skila shasriv chamura. Yachim asev chamar Yadani b'sriv shaskila chamura. So we have a straight on clash. Tebelei the Ruben Israf and Inu Hasam Rabbanu the Karmel the Rav Shimon. So says the Gemara, that's the Rabbanan saying it to Rav Shimon. Leti doch the Amre the Shriv chamura. You all Shriv is more chamar. Loi skila chamura. So then we have to say that no, we're responding and arguing that indeed skila is going to be more chamur. We're going to have to pick it up from here. B'siyata dishmaya.